POV, you took one trip out the country. Now every trip has to be out the country because when you know better, you do better. It's my 8-day B-Day solo slaycade to St. Maarten. Hey.
Hello.
You can shout out St. Maarten if you want to.
Miss.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Kiki, let's just go. Let's go.
Straight out of down stock production.
I boarded my plane at 5:45 a.m. on a Sunday morning to St. Maarten. I had a 45-minute layover in North Carolina. Eventually, we landed over Maho Beach. Watched the beachgoers as we flew in. That was really cool to see.
The beauty about this island, you can connect to a lot of different islands in one day.
I stayed on the French side of the island at Secret St. Maarten Resort and Spa. It's a very secluded hotel on a remote part of the island called 𝑺𝑳�0𝑍𝒀 Bay. Them people knew I touched down to Cause Hill because they greeted me as soon as I got there with champagne. Like, that was really nice. I was tipsy as soon as I made it to my room. I was considered a VIP guest at Secret, so once I made it to my room, they had this bottle of wine and charcuterie board waiting for me. I'm not sure if they do that for every guest, but you know me, big VIP key or whatever. It was the perfect snack for someone jet lagged like myself. I was very tired when I made it there. The first couple nights I knew I didn't want to do much, so the first night I regrouped into this Fabletics 2-piece. If you don't have a membership, get you one. Chilled at the buffet, had a very nice dinner, steak, salmon, and potatoes. It was so delicious. The second day, I knew I had to get up out of the room, chill on the beach, soak up some sun, so that's what I did. Tropical sun just hit different, ain't it? Dropping big vitamin D. This white sand and this clear water gave me that little oomph I needed to let me know I was where I needed to be. Shout out to the groundskeepers and the groundskeepers only, because every morning, every night, they kept this place sparkling, spotless, clean. Not even a blade of grass out of place. Shout out to them. Fabletics on the bottom, Fashion Nova on the top. By day 3, I was ready to take in the amenities of the resort. So I had lunch poolside at the bar. Watched the fellas play a few games of cornholio. Shout out to Britton and Hector. Secret St. Maarten has the largest infinity pool on the island. This particular day, the infinity pool was not infinity, and I was not mad. Look at this scenery. A whole painting. Look at this scenery. It's an art project. I like it. Picasso. Get his ass, cat. Eric and Cassie was one of 3 married couples that introduced themselves to me that day in the pool. I'd also shared transportation from the airport to the resort the day that I touched down in St. Maarten with Eric and Cassie. And all I know was Cassie was not this lady's name on the sign that the driver held up for us. And so I love a good alias, but I was too in my head about it to get as wasted as I wanted to in the pool with these people.
You got control of the situation right now because you can touch. So you're not going to drown. It's not even possible. Unless I knocked your knees out.
Unless I knocked your knees out and made your ass sink.
Bitch, I hope the fuck you do. You'll be a dead son of a bitch.
See what I'm saying?
Get the titties off me.
Everybody was cool, and as you can see, they be loving Key. I ended up surrounded in a circle by topless women asking me to take my titties out. Now, while I was in St. Maarten, I didn't get none of the calls I wanted to get. You couldn't miss me with the bill collectors and the children's school. It was giving 600-pound life the way I was ordering room service every night. I had ordered the 5 cheese and fruit plate. They skimmed me on the fruit, but that hoe was still busting. The grilled mahi, steamed rice, steamed veggies, busting. Little nacho plate on the side, busting. Iceberg lettuce in my salad, disgusting. The fuck? Don't play with that girl. You see them abs. Day 4, it was time to get a workout in because the way I was eating, like, seriously. Once I was down 50 pounds, I called my taxi up. It was time to hit the streets with the iguanas, baby, because they was out. The first stop was Lolo's. It was in Grand Case, baby. I did not eat by myself at Lolo's because the fellas did not let me. Sure. What you want to do? Shout out to my big homie Lil Pluto. He was on his best shit when he popped that wheelie baby. Lolo's had some amazing food, and the fellas were nice too. They didn't really do too much. They did just enough to keep me entertained. This barbecue chicken plate came with macaroni, rice and peas, potato salad, coleslaw, spaghetti, green beans, and a little salad. I had a crab bag for an appetizer, which was essentially just like a crab cake stuffed in the back of a crab shell. But the star of the show was this Johnny cake. Ain't nobody told me nothing. So good. Yeah. I could have ate Johnny cakes the remainder of my stay and been satisfied. It was giving crispy fried bread, crispy fried bread. If you know, you know. Obviously, there was access to the beach in Grand Case, so I just walked right behind Lolo's down a bridge where I could watch the planes fly in. Of course, I wanted to get a little content. Shop this Shantae romper at Curves Allure Boutique, 333 Macon Beach. Drop a comment below and tell me what y'all think I wish for. And not that I would tell you.
Say hi.
Grand Case was a smaller beach compared to others that I'd researched in St. Maarten. It was just relatively closer in distance to my resort than other beaches. I walked up and down Grand Case like a prostitute. Once I was tired, I made my way back to the resort, got me a glizzy. Got my glizzy to go. Enjoyed that mug on the beach, watching the sunset. 10 out of 10 would recommend a Caribbean sunset. Later that night, it was time to count down to my birthday. So once 12 a.m. hit, I did the dance of my ancestors. Said a little prayer. Was thankful that I was 34. Giving every bit of late 20s.
It's my birthday. Yes!
It's my birthday today. It's my birthday in St. Maarten. It is Sunday, Monday, day 4 in St. Maarten. She who wanna take me out. It's my birthday. I'm 34. This is what 34 looks like. How old you is when I'm 34? 34 where? I went to sleep drunk last night and woke up early as fuck today. Woke up early as fuck o'clock. Ready. Shout out to my real niggas. Cash apping me. Thank you. I'm a little dusty right now.
It's just because you're ugly.
And my skin doing some crazy shit while I've been here. Like, I got like 3 or 4 pimples. You know them pimples on the side of your nose? You can't see them. You can't see them, but you can feel it when you touch it because it just hurt. I'm getting my makeup done today. My makeup artist is named Pearl Rare. I think. Pearl Rare. She's from St. Maarten and she's coming to do my makeup today. I'm turning the circulatory. The utmost turning. Happy birthday to me. I was having a hard time pronouncing Pearl Rare's name, so she told me to call her Rosita. She arrived and beat my face as expected. Shout out to Rosita. I look cute as hell. I don't know what we gonna do yet. I'm really just gonna see where life takes me tonight. I'm trying to go on an adventure.
Turn up, turn up, turn up.
I'm fine. I'm so fine like this. Rosita had me turned up feeling myself when she finished my makeup. I had taken her last availability, which was rather early in the day. And so I took advantage of the time, of the daylight rather, and had a little mini photo shoot in the mountains. You can shop this 2-piece set at finesse.us. I worked up an appetite after my photo shoot, and since none of the restaurants at the resort were open, I ordered room service. I wanted to kind of get a head start on my pre-gaming, kind of be a little safe and put some on my stomach. But do you know it started storming that night? Like shortly after I ordered room service, it began to storm. And St. Maarten ain't having just no regular rain, thunderstorms. Like It was like a baby hurricane out there, bitch. So I had some rum punch from one of the locals, order room service again, on my birthday, and then I called it a night. But by day 5, yeah, I had to get out. I was gonna go and wear these shorts and shirts because I needed to get fat and full. I wanted to eat good.
Bitch,
So
if you want a burger?
I ended up calling my taxi, told him to come scoop me, and I was out the door. It's the glow for me. And your daddy too. Let me know if I should drop a skincare routine video in the comments below. By this time, I was thoroughly communicating with my taxi driver the things that I wanted to do on the island, the places that I wanted to go, the things that I wanted to see. So once he picks me up, we rode through the bay lights. We ended up on the Dutch side of the island because St. Maarten is essentially just an island made up of beaches and bays. One side French, one side Dutch. So yeah, this is us crossing Simpson Bay. We ended up at Pineapple Pete's. Pineapple Pete's was a nice little family-friendly joint. Shout out to Victorious. So Pineapple Pete's shares a wall with another restaurant called 𝑦𝑆𝑒𝑰 Charlie. So it's essentially 2 restaurants in one. And I could have ate from both of them. This food was so good. I ordered some crab stuffed shrimp. Why was I popping them things in my mouth like some goddamn candy? Skittles, goddamn. Like, oh my goodness, so good. I ordered the spicy jerk chicken Alfredo. Like, al dente pasta is my favorite. Like, you cannot miss me with some good pasta. So good. This was my first time trying lychee anything, so the lychee martini was an experience in itself, and it was really, really good. Pineapple Pete's had a game room, so of course I had to get up under them lights. That was real cute for me. I did play a few of the games. I even played pool with the owner. He was really cool. He was a Frenchman, so the language barrier between us two made the game really fun. I chilled at the bar for a little bit, really took in the scene, networks. I even had someone come up to me and tell me I looked like Danielle Brooks. I was ready for some Johnny cakes once I left Pineapple Pete's, so I stopped at the Captain's Rib Shack. It was one of many little shacks with live music and people just chilling out, lined up on the side of the road.
The dance was right here.
The Rib Shack was cool. I really enjoyed the vibes. These vibes were top tier. Like, it's giving backyard boogie, but just in the front yard. You know, like, the vibes were immaculate. I really enjoyed myself. The drinks, I could have danced all night. It was cool. Shout out to my driver, Victorious, for gifting me some chocolates for my birthday. It's so sweet. This was kind of him. I'm glad I went with the taxi driver that I did because he's been looking out with the discounts. I've been saving a little money on the taxis. Essentially, they have been very expensive, but it's cool. The live music, the vibes, the men. It was lit. Now I'm back at the resort, ready to eat Johnny cakes. By day 6, it was adventure time. Once I was picked up by my taxi driver, he showed me around the island a little bit more. He showed me the island's tree, which was a peacock flower or a July tree. He showed me the border of the island, which is where the French and the Dutch side meet. I had even got a little up close and personal to the island's steepest mountain, which was where I was on my way to zipline. At Rainforest Adventures. At Rainforest Adventures, they had this little museum display where I could learn a few facts about the island. But they have the world's steepest zip line. I was ready to face my fears. I rode a cable car up the mountain. Let's go! And into the rainforest. So at Rainforest Adventures, I paid for an experience called the Big 3. It included a walk through the museum. It included a ride on the sky cars, which I'm on here. It included 2 different zip lines and a schooner ride, which was a slide that had like where I sat in the inflatable tube. But the slide was 657 feet, so 657 feet. So I was nervous, but I was war ready. You hear me? These views though, oh my god, to die for. Like, mwah, top tier chef's kiss. Like, to get around in Rainforest Adventures, you had to ride a sky car. So I was literally up in the sky in the car, getting around in the rainforest. I even had to ride the sky car to get geared up to zip line. He better handle it. He better handle it. So I got geared up to zip line. Century Hill was the first zip line that we did as a group. It was real cool. I sat back, waited patiently. It was my turn. This man just threw my ass off the stage. I was flabbergasted.
Sit. What's up?
We weren't allowed to have our cameras or phones on the attractions as we rode them. So it kind of sucked that I didn't get footage, but I had a partner who was able to capture a few little images of me ziplining and stuff. Shout out to my friend Ravi. His name is Ravenger, but we gonna call him Ravi. That's Ravi right here. He was cool. Hey, Ravi. Ravi got a couple videos of me ziplining. I swear to God, that leg kicking really helped with the anxiety. Like, yes, this shit was fun as fuck. This was legit some of the most fun I've ever had in my life. I rode 5 zip lines that day in the rainforest on the world's steepest zip line. Yeah, the Flying Dutchman is the world's steepest zip line. That was really fun. I had a lot of fun and was honestly worn out. Let me show them who said I can't record on my phone. Not too much on him, y'all. It was company policy. He just doing his job. But once I made it to the top of the mountain, I was worn out. I expeditiously got in my taxi and made my way back to my side. Stopped at Lolo's on the way. Got a few crab backs. Got a barbecue plate. Ribs this time. I ate, took a few shots, and called it a night. Day 7 to 8, I got a very early head start on my day. All I knew was that I wanted to turn up as much as possible and I wanted to relax as much as possible. So I woke up very early to start my shenanigans. I had breakfast in the mountains, went and chilled on the beach for about an hour, soaked up some really good sun, and then made it back to my room to take about an hour nap. I scheduled a 1-hour full body relaxation massage for 11 a.m. that day. And enjoyed a 30-minute hydrotherapy session before my massage. My masseuse was Kimberly, and Kimberly little ass, baby, big things come in small packages because she had her way with me. Do you hear me? Them hands, she didn't come to play. I don't know how I followed the massage with a party, like a pool party at it, and it's raining. Like, I'm so relaxed. Oh my God. Relax wasn't even a word because my spa experience gave tranquility. It was giving God had granted me the serenity. Like, the ambience of the spa was everything. The candles, the soft music playing. It was essential oils flowing in the air. Like, this was the ultimate relaxation experience. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I made my way back to the spa locker room, regrouped into like a little workout 1-2, made my way to the gym, did about 10 minutes on the treadmill. I just honestly wanted to get the juices flowing. I needed my body to just be like fluid, just be flowing for the turn up tonight. So I got me a little walk in around the resort. I was really enjoying the fresh air, so I found me a little spot to kick back under the shade. kick back in under the shade. And I was chilling till the turn up later that night. The plan was to hit the Lottery Farm pool party. Lottery Farm has the biggest pool party of the month every last Saturday of the month. This pool party in particular was the last pool party of the summer season. It was from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Before I took a nap, I told Victorious to come and scoop me at 3:30. But the nap took me. So the time went from 3:30 to 4:30 to 6:30. And by the time Victorious pulled up to the pool party, they were turning people around because it was full to capacity. I did not trip. I took it back to the resort and had my own pool party. Now, I had already supported my local drug dealer that week. So I puffed on some zooties. Poured a little rum punch that one of the locals had gave me, and it was up. It was a little vibe. I was coming to the realization that I had really enjoyed my 8-day vacation, but I still had to have dinner that night. So it was time to regroup. I got regrouped in this little black dress from Fashion Nova. Speaking of dress, when y'all pack y'all suitcases to go on y'all trips, instead of packing your whole closet, pack about 4 pair of shoes. 4 or 5 pair of shoes, and then pack about 2 to 3 outfits for each pair of shoes. That's a pro tip. Instead of packing your whole fucking closet. So dinner that night was at Portofino. That was the Italian restaurant on the resort. I ended up having a very romantic dinner by candlelight that night. The first course was a shrimp minestrone. It was very delicious. The second course was a scallop wild rice risotto, and then I had a limoncello for dessert. It's my last morning having breakfast in the mountains. My voice is gone. I ain't got nobody energy. But I'm happy. One thing about it, this fruit in the USA can't fuck with this fruit in St. Maarten. Like, I don't know what it is. This fruit tasted like candy. Like, every day at the resort, I had to have breakfast. Day 8, there was no exception. I was proactive the night before and packed all my shit up. So once I had breakfast, I chilled on the beach for a little bit. And then I was out the door. My travel agent had provided for me shuttle to and from the airport. So Amstar was my transportation provider. They were very professional. Upon conclusion of my trip, the exhaustion was taken over. But I had a long layover in Miami, so it was time to turn up some more. Deuces, St. Maarten.
We love you.
Thank you.
All the best.
Kiki, let's just go. Let's go.
Straight out of Diamond Stock Production.